is 24 hours before the legendary industrial synth-pop musician Amethyst releases his new album titled Not Enough Grid.
Been waiting for that one.
Right?
Oh.
The entire city is eagerly on edge. Amethyst, the saviour of synth-pop, has been hyping up this album for years now. But even his most devoted fans wonder if he is actually going to deliver this time. Hordes of people are gathered in the streets, staring up at the city's massive LED screens, waiting for the new album, hoping that it will inspire a new generation, much like Amethyst's first album, Impetus, did 2 decades ago. While some non-believers whisper that Amethyst's uncanny ability comes from an experimental music chip implanted in his brain, he has insisted for years that his genius is entirely natural. Meanwhile, as thousands begin to gather for their synth-pop rebaptism, you all are in the Mirage district of the city of Psy, in a basement-level back room of a club called the Aspect Underground. It's a gritty nightclub known for its dark layout and Rorschach pattern floors. The basement of the club is typically reserved for the owner, Fickle Refurb, and his closest friends. Fickle Refurb is a local low-level gang leader, and he is very well known for his bad temper, his hair trigger, and his bloody, overcomplicated revenge schemes. And he has sworn to kill Amethyst for stealing his girl, Hannah Rain. This room is lined with black couches, and it smells vaguely of sweat and tennis balls. But tonight, it holds a dozen or so various street thugs and wannabe assassins. Anyone who wanted to sign up for a chance to kill Amethyst in exchange for 100,000 E-bucks. As you all are looking around, you can tell that a lot of these people are just street-level thugs, probably not very capable of doing such a job, but there's a few people who probably give you some competition. And then there is you. So as you all are looking around the room, sizing each other up, who do we see, Chris?
You see, his name is Rad, and he's kind of tall, stocky build. He's wearing like this leather, what used to probably be a leather jacket, but with the sleeves kind of intentionally cut off. He's muscular. And you see like little streaks of some type of metallic sheen, but he's also kind of pale. And if you didn't see his like hulking figure, you would think he might be kind of sickly. He's got his hair short on the sides, big like wafting pompadour, and just like this stern look on his face as he kind of has his arms crossed, just kind of surveying everyone.
All right, and who else do we see?
So you see Iteration Bits, known by his friends as Itty Bits. He is dressed in a trench coat. He's got a trilby, and he's smoking like a stem smoke. So he looks like your classic detective, but with the single edition, he's got like a high-tech visor. He also has like scales on his face and on some of his exposed skin. Mm-hmm. They're like sharp metallic, almost like scale plate, right. More than like lizard scales. And he's got like unkempt hair. And he is not looking at home in this place, but you know, he needs the money.
Of course. All right. Who else do we see?
So we have Tick. a Lichway burned hacker. I have a scar, very distinct scar going across my cheek, always scratching it. Very Hollywood curls, all done up, because she desires more than anything else. She wants fame. She wants to be famous, and she's dressed in the most odd red carpet, kind of Lady Gaga style.
Okay.
With crazy high heels, and she's got a custom-made, what's it called, the RCD, blinged out.
Nice.
Ready for red carpet stuff.
Nice. And finally, we have
We have Gull. So he's kind of like sitting kind of in a corner, just kind of by himself, just kind of like a almost mopey kind of like stridery at the prancing pony kind of vibe going, right? Got a hood on, can kind of under the hood catch glimpses that looks like the dude's wearing like makeup. And you may or may not recognize that this guy is a major fan of the ancient band known as Kiss. And he has Gene Simmons makeup on. He's considers himself, he's a discharged corpse killer, but his real army is the Kiss army. That's his real army.
Of course it is.
That's his ride or die love. You know?
That's the real source of his strength.
The real source of his strength. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. As you guys are looking around the room again, you guys, whether you guys arrive together or not, you recognize each other. All of you guys have worked together before, but you see obviously a lot of other people you don't know. A couple of people you do maybe recall or you've heard about, but as you guys are kind of looking around and just kind of waiting, other people kind of chatting amongst themselves. Finally, Fickle Refurb and some of his bodyguards come out from another door, and Fickle is this really slender guy. He's bald and he's got really dark glasses, and despite the room itself not having a lot of light, lots of black light, lots of glow tape, lots of fluorescent spray paints and stuff all over the walls. You see his like gold framed sunglasses, and really nice dark gray suit, a really slender bald man, and he walks out and he says, "Listen up, my fodder girls and fodder boys. I'm sure you've all heard my story by now, but I'm going to tell you again. So here I was, sitting at the Aspect Underground, minding my own business. Me and my girl Hannah Rain, my beautiful, perfect glitter girl. When who walks in? Amethyst. Here I think we got ourselves a celebrity in the house. So, goddamn fly. So, what do? I buy him a drink. And not just any drink. One of those fancy, high-dollar Japanese whiskeys we keep on the top shelf. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What does he do? Does he say thank you? Does he give me a little nod or tip of the drink? No. He walks right up to my girl Hannah, stares her right in the eye, and asks if she wants to take a ride in his brand new violacious limousine. My doll, my beautiful girl Hannah, just smiles and walks right out with him. So what do? I go for my Centronica 45. and I was gonna gun him down right there. But rich boys like Amethyst, they have these special security implants in their head. Just turned off my 4-5 right on me. And like that, I was left looking like a sucker, watching as he strut off with my girl. Now you listen up real close. I'm not gonna let this rich singer saviour boy embarrass me no more. I don't care how famous he is, 'cause tonight, one of you is gonna gun him down for me. And before he releases his shit-ass new album. If you do this, I've got 100,000 E-bucks for you. 50,000 more if you can make it so bloody it ends up on the snuff film circuit. You get me? Man, can't wait to see how this turns out. So as soon as he said that, everyone in the crowd starts cheering and getting all excited for it. And then Fickle heads out of the room, and then one of his lieutenants, another big stocky guy, his lieutenant named Friction, he kind of starts taking over. And he's like, "All right, now, Amethyst is usually at his penthouse at Sonagra Tower, along with his manager, his bodyguard, and his butler. But since he is about to drop his new album, Amethyst is probably, most likely, at his secret recording studio, the Orbit Room. No one actually really knows where it is except for his aforementioned entourage, who also live in his penthouse. So maybe that's where you need to start. Any questions yet?" So he kind of looks around, opening the floor up to questions. And then you see one guy that's kind of like all black leather, black gloves, and like a black motorcycle helmet, visor down and everything. So yeah, I have a question. He starts, kind of meagerly, like, what about Hannah? Would we put her down too, along with Amethyst? And then Friction takes out his gun and just points it right at him and just blasts that dude right in the face. And he says, "Nothing happens to Hannah. Fickle is still deeply in love with her and still wants to talk it through. Any other questions?"
My guy slowly lowered his hand. Don't have any questions.
And then what he does is, he puts his gun away, and then he starts telling everyone. So now remember, Fickle needs evidence. We need photographic or video proof of Amethyst's death. And again, also, bonus points if you can rip out that music chip out of his skull. Now, if you want the extra cash, we're gonna need to get you, find a way to get that feed onto the snuff net. So anyone who needs them, I got these. So he pulls out these visors. It's like, now, if you don't have something already, if you don't have any kind of tech, you can have these. So yeah, he starts a couple of people start going up there, starts handing them out, and we all can have visors. And they all have different colors. So yeah, pass them down for anyone who wants and or needs them.
That's pretty slick.
They are not. They're obviously not the most fashionable or the most comfortable, but. And then to turn off the lights, you just hold down the buttons. There's your strobing, huh?
Yeah.
We'll add a little extra bling to this and that'll work.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah,
Well, you want us to record the death with these?
correct. Now, these will give you an encrypted signal straight to the snuff net. Should be untraceable. You'll have no issue. As long as we get that footage, we know it's coming from you. Money's yours. And then someone else kind of pipes up and you know, kind of sheepishly like, I have a question. And then again, Friction takes out his gun and points it at him. What's your question? Why isn't Fecal doing it himself? And then with the gun pointed at him, it's a great question. He puts his gun down. He's not doing the job himself for 2 reasons. 1, he just wants Hannah back. But he doesn't want to see her again with Amethyst. And 2, because everybody knows he's got a beef, he needs to be visible here at the Aspect Underground. So if Amethyst mysteriously dies with Fickle here the whole time, we got no issues. Any questions yet so far about anything that's going on? Okay.
Nope.
All right. You guys know what you need to do. You know where you can start. Let's get after it. Then everyone starts kind of filing out of the back room and back outside. What all would you like to do at this point?
I'm going to go to Friction.
Mm-hmm.
Once everyone else is sort of filing out, I'm going to ask him, any chance Fickle got the license plate on that limousine?
Unlikely, but what are you getting at? Maybe I can answer that for you.
Hacker tracks it, follows it through the street cams. We could maybe track down his secret music room.
Right. Well, again, like I said, really only his immediate entourage would know the location. So we already know where Amethyst lives. It's unlikely he would drive something so flashy directly to his secret recording studio. And for those who are unsure, violaceous means of the color violet. So it's a purple limousine. So it's going to be pretty obvious who and what is driving around. So you probably don't even need the license plate. You could probably literally just search for that, and because he is someone that's super popular and super famous, you know, you probably got people posting on social medias. He has like a watcher brigade who's like always like, oh, I saw Fickle here and I saw Fickle here. So it's probably very easy to track down regardless of information like that. So you could probably be able to, again, you know the building he lives. The only thing that is super secretive is his recording studio called the Orbit Room. Anything else? No? Cool. All right. So where would you guys? So you guys are gonna head out. Where would you guys like to go next or do next?
Rad is gonna watch the small horde of people who have been offered this opportunity.
Yep.
And he just wants to see, like, where they're going, like what direction, what area, what neighborhood, what streets.
Yeah, definitely.
As they all kind of file out.
Of course. Why don't you go ahead and give me a knowledge roll? First roll of game. Yeah, so D20 plus or minus your knowledge.
11.
Fantastic. So yeah, you see, the about a dozen-ish other people, minus one. That's probably still on the floor of the basement. You see a couple of dudes on jump on some high-tech ninja-looking bikes, and they dart off down the street. You also see one woman who you kind of recognize, like you've probably seen her before, and doing other jobs. You see this person who is named Chromatica Darling, so named after her having half of her skull replaced with chrome after she took a bullet to the head from her former lover. Who coincidentally is also a CFO at the Sinagra Corporation. You guys have kind of through your own underground grapevine, you've heard that she is a very, very capable assassin, and you heard that relationship ended pretty badly, and the word on the street that she's targeting his new girlfriends, which, we'll see.
The CFO's new girlfriend?
Correct. So it's implied that she's extremely jealous, but who knows? But you recognize this person, and as she starts to get on her own motorcycle, it looks like she's going to kind of start heading. She kind of starts heading off in kind of the opposite direction that these two guys on motorcycles went. So if you guys kind of came out of the building, let's say you're facing north, two dudes went to the east. It looks like is about to dart off to the west, and then some of these other guys, again, kind of lower life. They just look like just gang dudes that are trying to make a buck, but are clearly not equipped for this level or this type of a job. They're just all kind of meandering around. They're like a couple of guys who are kind of buddying up. Hey, you want to help each other out? Trying to get something together. They clearly don't know what they're doing. So you guys, again, having worked together and have done stuff like this before, definitely better equipped. And a better chance doing this rather than these guys, and even possibly than that one woman, even solo. I gave you a lot of words. I don't know if I actually answered your question.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely you did.
Okay.
Through our little visor thing, we can search that. Most celebrity mansions are not that hard to find.
Right.
So we can search through our advisor thing and look up where his mansion is, right?
Yeah, no, you know exactly where it is.
Okay.
It's at a building called the Sinagra Tower. Sinagra is it's the Sinagra Foods. They own pretty much anything food related. They have almost a complete monopoly. Anything food related, grocery stores, fast food chains, anything is owned by them. So you've probably seen the commercials for Burger Tyrant and for Spackdonald's and Lucky Cat Stir Fry, all owned by Sinagra Towers. If it isn't, it's either when you're watching the commercials, there's some underlying text or watermarks or something. Everything is Sinagra, Sinagra Foods. If it doesn't blatantly say subsidiary of Sinagra Foods, it's in there somewhere.
Everything's owned by these guys.
Everything is owned by these guys. They have, again, almost a complete monopoly. You get pop-ups and ads in your RCDs all day, every day. And of course, because that little X is so, you have to watch it, right?
Are we able to do some kind of a search to see where all these groupies and fans maybe have seen historically where he hangs out. I've spotted him here. See if there's anything that may look.
Check his fan page for the last
Yeah,
one.
Yes.
see if he's been caught going into any secret area where you can't follow.
Right. So, that's a great question, and you can find that, again, his kind of like watcher, his like hyper fixated fan club that's always like, oh, I see Amethyst here, oh, I see Amethyst here. As you go searching through social feeds and stuff like that, you notice that Amethyst himself hasn't been seen going into his penthouse, to his actual home. But they have seen the manager come in and out. They have seen his bodyguard come in and out, but not Amethyst himself. And in fact, most people are starting to be like, "Oh my God, where is he? I haven't seen him." And for like about 5 or 6 days, no one has actively laid eyes on him. So at present, you probably can't pinpoint. And again, assuming with the imminent release of his new album, he's probably at his studio, which again is super top secret, and is not easily Googleable or Jugelable. I don't know. We need to come up with something other than Google.
So I only have consumer level access on my things. Does anybody have a cyber deck or an app that'll get to deep nets?
Well, I have a cyber deck. Former hacker here.
So if you have a
Just kinda
cyber deck,
jealous.
you can get beyond consumer access, and you can like get into like deep net stuff and search like deep net and see if we can find where his recording studio is.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I think if we can't deep net find where his recording studio is, we probably need to go check out his house. You know what I'm saying?
I think we can go pay a visit to this manager. Manager should know his schedule, what's going on.
I think there's
Yeah,
going to
that's
be
the
about
easiest way.
40
Yeah.
ruffians all headed towards the house, so it's better if we follow up on like a secondary lead and give them time to deal with the riffraff.
Probably right.
Not 40, but yeah, it was a small basement room. Again, probably only, including you guys, probably 15 total people. And again,
I was being hyperbolic.
oh, of course. Okay. Sorry. I didn't.
So when we came out, the
Yes.
the Chromatica girl, she's already taken off. She's gone.
Yeah.
She had a bike. Right?
Yeah, she had a bike. Yeah.
So she's already gone.
No one tried to stop her. So yeah.
I don't mind cracking a few lackeys on the way.
I've got a taxi, stolen of course, that we can use to
Nice.
track down the manager if anyone has a lead on where he could be.
Let's head to Sinagua.
Yeah.
I'll meet you there.
But yeah, you guys know that. Again, his manager, his bodyguard, and his butler, they live with him at his penthouse. So,
Bodyguard singular?
yes. Good question. Okay.
So, assuming the rest of the group is going to hop in that taxi, Rad's going to hop on his like 1970s era Harley Davidson.
Sick.
It's not very quiet, You're very loud.
Don't mind if they hear me coming.
Well, to that, there's nothing quiet about any of this place, right? Even though, out in the streets, there are screens and moving billboards and stuff, everything playing their own commercials, all of it clashing. You can probably tell who owns that building based on the ads that are playing on it. So, if anything, it's at least probably going to be drowned out by all that. Or if anything, that the sound, a constant sound of something like a motorcycle is probably a relief to just, oh my god.
It's a loud busy
At least,
world.
yeah, at least one constant tone is like, oh my god, it's so much better. If anything, it's probably relaxing.
So like if hell was corporate, that's where we live.
Yeah,
It's just like an advertising commercial hell.
absolutely. Everything is ads. They're projected up into the sky like a bat signal, but it's just ads. It's a capitalist hellscape. Neon everything. Sometimes it seems like it's brighter at night than it is in the daytime with all the neon lights. So yes, despite not being subtle, not a problem. You probably wouldn't notice anyway. So you guys hop in a taxi, and he's gonna.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Rad hops on his bike, kind of just does that deep sigh, pulls out a bent cigarette from his pocket. It wasn't in anything.
Yeah.
Pulls out his just manual, strike lighter, and just lights one up. Says, as the cigarette kind of hangs down, he says, "Oh, might be a few minutes behind you guys. Gotta go feed my Venus flytrap." And he takes off.
Okay. Awesome. Now, are you actually going to feed your?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It was like not sure if it was a ploy to go off and do something
Not a
else.
metaphor
Got it.
at all. Rad is all about his plants.
Right. Okay. There isn't someone there. Hi, I'm Venus Flytrap. Awesome. Okay, cool. So Venus Flytrap, where are you guys headed?
I think I'm going to drive us directly, not to the tower, but a block off from the
Sure.
tower, so we can get a view of how the others are being handled, and maybe come up with a plan from there.
Cool.
I don't think we'll be too far behind him, because Itty is going to very meticulously go through all his safety checks, make sure all the mirrors are right.
Yeah. And my bike, I know how to maneuver.
Yeah.
And
And he is going the speed limit.
yeah. And Rad does not.
There it is not. Splitting lanes and
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I assume we'll probably arrive about the same.
Yeah, of course, yeah. As you guys are all just sitting there, just kind of waiting on. We going? What's happening? So you guys make it over a block or two away from the tower. As you guys, as you get to the tower, this relatively slender and straight up skyscraper, 37-story building, the Sinagra Tower. Huge neon sign says Sinagra Foods, and then there's a scrolling marquee underneath that says, "Our AI thinks about food all the time, so you don't have to." And again, neon everything. The glass windows are a bright emerald green that somehow seem to kind of glow brighter than even the neon lights. It's just it's a headache. But yeah, neon everything, green emerald windows, and yeah, you guys get there again, relatively slender. There is a front entrance, but you guys also know that there is a garage level underneath. So yeah, as you guys kind of are gathering and kind of
Is the
casing the
tower
joint.
the tallest building around?
It is not the tallest, but it's definitely up there.
Are any of the buildings around it public access, easier to get into maybe?
Let's see. So there is there's a couple of other more shitty apartment buildings and stuff like that. Probably is easier to get into. You probably know that, or you could probably suspect that being such a large corporation as Sinagra is, there's probably a good amount of security. And then, let's see, what else? There's a few other buildings around that are, again, not quite as nice, but there's some that are probably about 15, 20 stories. Probably a few blocks away, you could probably see some taller buildings.
Maybe buildings close to this one, like real close to it, like
everything is really close. Yeah,
Okay.
there's hardly anything than a 5 to 10 foot alley in between every single building. But again, you know that there is access to the garage on like the back side of the building, like kind of going from a different street. And then a lot of these other apartment buildings also have garage access in the on lower levels.
so.
What else?
So looking at pictures of that building on my visor thing, is there like floors that are like garage level that are open to the outside, or is there like balconies, open balconies, or stuff going on there?
Okay.
That have a building close enough to it where you could like shoot a grappling hook crossbow
Yeah.
across and get a line across and
Go ahead
Over.
and roll me a knowledge roll, please. So D20 plus or minus knowledge.
While he's doing that, I have a surveillance drone. I'm just going to have it park at the top floor and kind of look at the windows.
Oh,
to
nice.
try to
Yeah.
gain information, figure out how many people are going in and out.
Yeah.
Get an idea of how big this one security
Only four.
guy is.
Okay. Excuse me. So you're using your drone?
Yeah, I'm going to, it was Itch.
No, tick.
Tick. I wrote that wrong. I'm going to send the feed to Tick in case there's anything she can hack that the security drone has line of sight on.
Sweet.
It's like if there's an elevator that needs access, we'll
Yeah.
be able to trigger that.
Definitely. Cool. So you go up there. Go ahead and also give me a knowledge roll, unless your drone gives you any other stat
No,
to
it's
work with
just
or any
a
kind of
drone.
advantage on that. So go ahead and give me a knowledge
Can I
roll.
argue that this is presence? Is presence is sort of like perception, or am I misreading that?
It is
Because I don't know what's in the room. I'm finding out by doing recon.
because knowledge is for science, use tech or app, or just kind of like an investigation type thing. Presence is for like ranged weapons, using nano, or even persuade as the examples here.
Oh,
So
All right, I don't want to add anything to my knowledge. Can I spend a glitch to lower the DC on this?
sure.
15.
Ooh, very good.
Nice.
So as your drone is feeding the signal, you're going up into as it's kind of scaling the height of this building. What you're able to do. Does your drone, is it able to like scan? Tell me what your drone does. It's your drone. What is it capable of?
So it's just described as surveillance drone.
Okay.
So I'll say that it's mostly for like line of sight and tracking.
Got
so
it.
it might have like some basic ID detection, so like pull up a name.
Yep.
It's maybe like stolen and rewired police hardware,
Okay.
but it just tracks people and it just watches. So
Cool.
that's all that I'll say that it gives.
Awesome. That is exactly the kind of stuff I needed to know. I like when you guys allow me to give you things because it makes it more successful. Yeah, so as you're getting your drone, getting it ready, you're getting it turned on, you're getting it jacked in. Obviously, you're starting at the ground floor, and you're just going to scale upward with a 15. And because of its previous life as a probably some kind of law enforcement technology, as it's kind of scanning, you're seeing little blips, like you have information on maybe the receptionist on the first floor, and as you're kind of as it's scaling up, you're getting kind of a layout or you're getting a blip of main elevator and service elevator. As you're going up and up and up and up, it gets all the way up to the top floors. You know that Amethyst's penthouse is located on the top 2 floors. So it's a 2-story penthouse at the very top 2 floors. As it gets up into there, as it starts kind of reading, I mean, it probably has some kind of infrared. You could probably, we have that nowadays. It's not too far-fetched. You can tell inside of Amethyst's penthouse, there's probably 3 people in there presently. You don't necessarily know who is who. You also realize that the first 10 floors of this building are probably like offices and like workspaces, but then everything else 11 and above are like, luxury apartments, condos, stuff like that. You also know, you also get a lot of error codes as it's trying to kind of like read things, and you're getting a lot of error codes because it's not able to get through the security. There's a lot of people have their own like home security, and you're getting all these error codes as like, security detected, but it doesn't give you any more than that. So hacking it, is going to be probably a little bit more than just reading what your drone is giving you. But yeah, as you get all the way up to that the top floor, you see there is probably there's probably 4 different units as on this penthouse, and Amethyst's unit is all the way to the right side of the building. And so if there is if there's elevators, it's kind of at the very, very end of that hallway from the elevators.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
You said that there were main elevators and service elevators.
Correct.
Do the service elevators go all the way to the penthouse, or is there only one entrance?
Nope. Goes all the way up. Service elevator goes...
I'm thinking this.
Service elevator goes from B to 37, all the way from the basement level to all the way to tippity tip top. And that you see some of the other kind of main entrance elevators. There's some that only go that 2 to 10 for the offices, and then there's one that only goes up to 11 and 37, right? So, any other questions or concerns with that?
I think I'm going to share that information with everybody, and I am going to start looking for like any maids or bellhops that might be around, like ready to clock into work.
Okay, yeah, like from the staff of the building. Gotcha. Okay. With that, go ahead and give me another knowledge roll on top of that.
That's a 3.
Okay. You can't tell, right? You see there's, despite it being relatively late at night, well, actually not late. There's a lot still happening, even though it's kind of late. It's about 9 p.m. You guys started, late at the nightclub, and there's still a lot happening, right? There's still people kind of coming in and out from the lobby of the first floor area. There's obviously a lot of people home who live there, but you can't necessarily tell who is who. Okay. Any other questions?
Let's go.
All right. So to where are we going?
Can we get in the basement? Access the service elevator there?
There's not that big of a gap between buildings, and the ones next to it are kind of shitty. We can maybe skip the first 10 floors, go in through the side, bust down the wall.
I just want to go in. Sinagra. What are we so worried about?
Personally being shot. But we can
do
it your way if, you stand in front of the bullets for me.
I've been shot before, it's overrated.
Much worse ways to die.
Well, I'm not trying to do those either, but let's go.
Okay. So you guys just gonna... So you said basement, right? Or the garage? Yeah.
Just where we can go in with the least conspicuous.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I don't want to barge through the lobby.
Yeah.
But we've got to get in somehow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you guys are able to... so you guys get down to the kind of the entrance of the garage level. And there is... there's obviously the driveways leading in. And then there's the gate that presumably you need some kind of a ID, badge or something. And there is one, like a little shack, like a little guard shack, and one person inside.
Can I see what they look like?
Sure.
Are we going in the taxi, or what? Because we're going.
Yeah,
to
that's a
garage.
good. Yeah, you guys gonna walk up, or you guys want to drive in on the taxi?
It's not my taxi. If things go bad, we can leave it. So I said we drive in with it, and maybe that
We'll
way.
say that you're dropping me off. That I live here. I have a fake ID, and I think
Yes.
actually I'm gonna digitally change it so my address says I'm living here on whatever floor.
Okay.
You look like the type. I'll be your muscle.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's the plan. We're going back, getting the taxi. We're driving up to the guy.
Okay. And then try to use her fake ID to try to swipe in to the garage.
Yes.
Go. What's your story? In case they have questions.
Yeah, it's her. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna.
Her boy toy for the night.
I normally answer questions with Vera.
Let's save that. Let's save that for later.
Yeah, I think we need to get at least to floor 35 before we start.
We're going to her place.
Okay.
I'm her cousin.
Do we have a way
What'd
to
you tell her
figure
look
out
like?
who lives up there?
I just need to be able to an access point, and I can hack into and download basic schematics of
Well,
the
she
building.
has access to the feed, which should have some of the IDs for like the names of some of the people on the lower floors. So she can probably steal a name if we need.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not getting in that damn taxi and doing your 10-point safety check. I'm gonna walk in there. I'm gonna go talk to the security guard. I'm gonna put him to sleep. You guys drive in. They'll start asking you questions. If I have to knock him out cold, I'll knock him out cold.
Wait, so you're going in through a different entrance?
No, I'm gonna walk right in the front door.
But we're going into the garage.
Let me try to answer one question before you knock him out.
The safety check was annoying AF, but I'm not doubling up on a bike. I think I'll ride it in a taxi.
No, I'm not gonna ride in. I know my limits as far as being conspicuous.
Look, we'll go to the gate in the taxi. If it works, you sneak in behind us on the side of the taxi. If it doesn't, you sneak around, you knock out the guard, you open the gate for us. But give me at least one question before you knock this guy out. Concussions are really bad for your health.
Deal.
All right, so I'm
Yeah,
pulling
but the
that
other
to you.
guy's concussions isn't bad for his health.
So just so I'm clear, you're gonna walk up to that guard shack, or you're gonna kind of sneak in.
I'm gonna walk behind the taxi. Mm-hmm. As the taxi's entering, I'm gonna try to sidle in and get behind the guard.
As they're kind of occupying him, you're gonna and
use-
if you have to, do what you got to do.
Yes.
Or sneak the rest of the way in.
Exactly.
If they get him. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But using their entrance as a little bit of a distraction.
Got it. Okay, I got you. Cool. Yeah, so you guys go ahead and you three go ahead and get into the car. You kind of wait for him to kind of catch up on foot, and then you kind of time it perfectly, right? You kind of use the taxi as a screen, and then you kind of peel off. You guys are going to pull up to the garage, and before the actual guard shack, there is like a little kiosk where you can swipe a badge or something. And so you're going to go ahead and try to use your ID, okay?
No fake ID. What is that?
It's probably knowledge unless it gives you anything.
No.
Okay, so go ahead and test some knowledge and see how good your ID is.
Not that great. 8.
Okay. So as you get up to the, up to that up to that gate, that little kiosk. You go to try to tap your badge, and the little light starts blinking red. Right, so it's not working. Like beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. And the guard is he's kind of not paying attention. He's just on his phone or whatever, and just like, and he starts hearing those little beep beep beeps, and he looks over to user.
Snap! Like, this isn't working again.
So
Again.
It's
the fourth time this week I can't get in.
This thing's been really, really fickle a little, lately. You mind if I take a look at that? I could probably just reset it for you right here. You mind if
Again? Fourth time this week.
I roll my window down in case I have to pop this guy. I don't want to blow up his window.
Yeah. I'll probably just reset it for you right here. Let me just take a look at it.
I don't want you to touch me. You can look at it from here.
Is this interaction happening out on the street, basically?
No, so
He's
like
the guard at the gate.
Yeah, this is the guard at the gate. So they're still in the car, and he's just kind of.
But it's on the road. It's not into the building yet.
No, so it's like it.
It's like where these are, right?
Yeah, it's like where the little arm is. It's like
combat.
right there at the gate.
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit of space. You're kind of a few feet out of the street.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you're just right now. You're just kind of parked right here, waiting to get in. So there's probably about 10, 15 feet from the actual street.
Okay.
And they're just kind of right there, trying to get in. And the guard is just still kind of sitting down and just kind of leaning out the window.
I'm gonna roll down my window. I'm like, "Hey, guy, I have other fares tonight. Can you just get us through?" I'm trying to convince him. Give him that workman's pressure.
Okay, so both of you guys go ahead and give me a presence.
Okay. That is a 11.
I think. Oh, does that have a consequence on
Is that a
presence roll?
Yeah.
Can you crit
That's a
fail a presence
fumble.
roll? Or is it just attack?
That
Combat stuff.
is a great question. Let me just double check if it has anything.
So hood off safe.
You guys are really
My
messing up my
prototype
vibe
smart
right now.
rifle. That's
Yeah.
a non-combat action, so I'm ready.
It really just kind of talks about combat. Yeah, so
Power up the sights and do electronics on it.
yeah.
Just a bad roll.
So it's just like, come on, miss. I mean, if you just give me a card, I can just reset it for you. No problem.
Does Rad sense that this interaction is not going well? And has he kind of positioned himself in a way where he could possibly sneak up on the
So
guard?
I think if
Yeah.
he's gonna ask for the card again, I'm gonna start flashing my lights at so you can leave.
Okay.
That's the signal.
Yeah, I mean, and you can probably and it was in eyesight, right?
Yeah.
You can tell it didn't beep and they didn't go in,
Yeah.
so something has happened.
Okay, I'm gonna try, because it doesn't look like this is gonna go well. Worst case scenario is this guard starts alerting people that somebody at the gate is making a nuisance.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to go behind him and non-lethally
Okay.
choke him out.
All right. So yeah, you are going to so he's very intent on just like, miss, if you just give me your card, I can reset it for you.
I'll kind of drop it and sorry.
Yeah, and it's kind of like one of those sliding door kind of things. Like he can step out. So yeah, you drop it. It's like, oh, okay, come on. And he goes down to lean in, and absolutely doesn't notice you coming in. So you're just gonna try to choke him out.
Yeah.
I guess give me a strength check, please.
Oof. 8.
Okay. This is easy for you. You've done this before. Easy, right? With him very, very well distracted, you are actually able to. It's not clean. It's not as sexy and as swift as you're capable of. But yeah, you're able to get in there, and because he's still kind of bent over, you kind of had to lean in there, and you're able to start choking him out. And you're able to kind of put the choke on him, and he starts kind of, and tell me, like, how do you handle that? How aggressive do you really get, and then what do you do with them?
I think when it's not going as well as I want it to go, I think you do see. So Rad, you guys would know, but Rad is like, he's got him in such a way where his left arm is kind of on his chest, and as he's trying to just knock this guy and put him to sleep, but it's not working. And almost inadvertently, as he's got his kind of like fist around the guy's like chest, he like grunts and then like these just long silvery like sharp talons just kind of, they don't come out like a lot, but they like, it's almost like a half like, and it like gets into the guy's stomach a little bit, and so, and then I don't know if the guy's like still kind of semi-conscious. He sees that and he's like probably just like passes out.
Definitely with the chokehold and now the sudden loss of a little bit of blood, he loses consciousness pretty easily. And you feel him kind of go limp in your arms.
I turned to Itty and said, "Hey, at least he doesn't have a concussion."
I'm just gonna pop
No
the
concussion. I'm gonna search in his pockets. He's probably got some kind of override key for the gate. I'm gonna just start, and I'm like, "Is it this card? Is it this card?" And he's just like frantically just trying different things to try to get the gate to open.
Yeah, definitely. And there's probably about 3 or 4 kind of different cards. You know, one is obviously for the gate here. One is probably also for some of the elevators and whatnot. So couple of tries. Okay, beep, and the gate swings up, and you guys are able to drive in.